Hi everybody, we're in module 2.2 and we're going to learn how to do addition using the distributive property. Remember, the word distribute means to multiply. If you look here at our expression, 5 times x minus 4 plus 9 times x plus 6. I see addition, but I can't add yet because I don't have the terms all separated. I have terms stuck in timeout in parentheses. So there's no adding going on until we get rid of the parentheses. And that's why the distributive property is so important. So I like to make rainbows when I distribute. So here we go. This says 5 times x. Well, what is 5 times x? That is 5x. Then I'm going to do 5 times negative 4. Well, 5 times negative 4, a positive times a negative is a negative, and that would give us negative 20. In front of this set of parentheses is a positive 9. So I'm going to distribute there. Positive 9 times x is positive 9x. Positive 9 times positive 6 is positive 54. The signs are very important. Do not forget to put the signs. The only term that does not need a sign is the very leading one because we understand it's positive. Now that you have everybody free, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Are they all alike? Well, if you look closely, no. So we want to put together the ones that are alike. So if you look, 5x is just like a 9x. 5x is positive, 9x is positive, which means we would add. 5 plus 9 is 14, so this would be 14x. Then we have our constants, a negative 20 and a positive 54. So we'll put our constants together. This term is negative, this term is positive, so we're not really adding, we're subtracting and putting the sign in a larger. So 54 minus 20 would be positive 34. We know we can stop here because these terms are not alike. This has a variable x, 14 x-ray machines. This is a number, $34. And they're not alike, so I can't keep adding. This is in the correct descending order. This is our algebra expression. Okay, let's look at one more example. So I have 21 minus bracket, negative 4y plus 8 parentheses, negative 2y plus 3, close parentheses plus 11. If you remember in math, parentheses and square brackets do the same job. They mean multiplication. The problem is, where do I start? Well, if I follow, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, I'm supposed to start inside the parentheses first. Well, again, I have a bracket and a parenthesis. So I would start inside this bracket. And inside this bracket, I would start with the parenthesis. So it's kind of like you start from the inside out. Now, one of the things you've got to learn is if we're going to start with this parenthesis, all the other terms in front of it and behind it are going to stay put. So that means you got some copying to do. We're going to leave the 21 minus bracket. We're going to leave the negative 4y. What we're going to do is we're going to work inside. Well, inside we have a negative 2y plus 3. We know we can't add that because these are not like terms. So we have to get rid of the parentheses by using what property? That's right, distributing. What number are we distributing? We're distributing 8. So positive 8 times negative 2y is negative 16y. Positive 8 times positive 3 is positive 24. When we distribute, that gets rid of the parentheses. Now, we don't distribute anymore because that 11 is not part of the parentheses, so we just bring it down. Plus 11. Okay? If we follow order of operations, we're supposed to work inside first. So we're going to leave this 21 minus bracket. We're going to work inside the bracket. Inside the bracket, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Are any of them alike? Yes. So let's put them all together. A negative 4y and a negative 16y are alike. Let's put them together. They're both negative, so we know to add, and it stays negative, negative 20y. Our constants are 24 plus 11. They're both positive, so we're going to add, and that would give us positive 35. Now we need to get rid of the bracket. To get rid of a bracket is the same thing as getting rid of parentheses. You're going to have to distribute, multiply by a number. But here comes the boo-boo. You are not multiplying by 21. 21 is not right next to that bracket. Everybody look up here. You see how the 8 was right next to the parentheses, nothing in between them? You see how the 5 was right next to the parentheses? You see how the 9 was right next to the parentheses? So look, the 21 is nowhere near that bracket. What's understood to be in front of here is a -1. That's what you're going to distribute. So we're going to leave the 21, and now we're going to distribute. -1 times -20y. A negative times a negative changes to a positive 20y. What's -1 times positive 35? A negative times a positive is a -35. When you distribute, you get rid of your grouping symbols. Now my bracket is gone. Now let's look. I have 1, 2, 3 terms. Are any of them alike? Well, sure. I have some constants. I have 21 minus 35. The 21 is positive. The 35 is negative, so I'm not going to add. I'm going to subtract and give it the sign of larger. So 21 minus 35 would be -14. When I write this polynomial in descending order, I do the variable first, so the 20y stays, and then I put the constant -14. I can't go any further because this term is not like this one. This has a y. This is 20 yo-yos. This is $14. They're not alike, so I can't put them together. That's how I know I'm done combining like terms. So the moral of the story is, before you can ever add, you have to get rid of your grouping symbols by doing the distributive property. Catch you in the next video when we subtract.